She trained her replacement, and nobody in the room even noticed. It happened on a Monday morning. An email went out. It announced a new manager, effective immediately. People gathered around his desk. They congratulated him. Someone brought donuts. The woman who trained him clapped the loudest. She had been there for 19 years. Then she walked back to her desk and kept working. Here's the question nobody asks out loud. How does the most reliable person in the building keep getting passed over? She isn't underqualified. She isn't disengaged. She trained the man who just took her job. So what is actually happening here? This isn't really about who works the hardest. It's about who gets seen working. Competence and perceived competence are not the same thing. One is measured in output. The other is measured in who talks about the output. Self-promotion isn't just a personality trait anymore. In most companies, it's become an unofficial job requirement. The people who narrate their wins get remembered. The people who just do the work get forgotten. Managers usually aren't villains in this story. They're pattern matching under pressure, promoting whoever comes to mind first. Visibility becomes a shortcut for competence, even when it isn't one. This is exactly where the generational gap shows up. Gen X came up in workplaces built on one formula. Keep your head down, do the work, let it speak for itself. Loyalty was the currency that mattered most. But the workplace changed underneath them. Today's promotions run through visibility, self-advocacy, and networking. Nobody sent a memo. The rules just quietly shifted. The employees who mastered the old game are now being judged by the new one. You've probably worked with people like this. The one who says, "I'll handle it," and does, every time, without mentioning it again. The one who quietly fixes the problem and lets someone else present the solution. The one who trains the new hire, who gets promoted 18 months later. None of these people are bad at their jobs. They're just bad at narrating their jobs. Here's the irony at the center of all this. The people companies depend on most are often the least likely to say they're ready for more. Promotions don't always go to the hardest worker. They go to the person whose work is actually seen. If you've ever watched someone train their own replacement, you already know this story. It's happening in offices right now. Quietly, unnoticed, again. If this sounds like someone you work with or someone you see in the mirror, let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories that explain what's really happening behind the scenes at work, subscribe. There's more of this coming.